This is John Gentry. This is my very first attempt at YouTube. I was going to try to show everyone how to build a 24 by 12 greenhouse for a lot less expensive than you can actually buy the kits at the big hardware stores and stuff like that. But I actually didn't have I didn't really have time to really do it, and sometimes I didn't have the help, so I just kind of had to go ahead and construct it, and I'll just explain afterwards. Okay, again, this is a 12-foot wide by 24-foot long greenhouse. This is a PVC and 2x4 greenhouse. Now, a lot of people will think that this is not going to do anything, that it's just, you know, cheap and it's going to tear up. I beg to differ. I built this probably in about 2 full days, but I had to expand it over a couple of weeks because, like I said, I just had to do it by myself mostly, and it was I had a little bit of issues with money at the time, but I finally finished it. Now, construction materials you're going to need, of course, your 2x4s if you're going to build a 2x4 frame, which is very easy to do. You really need to get these Deckmate 3.5 inch T25 on the end. Get them, make sure they are coated for outside use. You have to have that adapter on your drill or your cordless drill, whatever you're using. I would advise, you don't have to get these, but I just bought these because these were a little bit cheaper. They are construction screws. They're 1.5 inch long. Those will run about $10 a box. I would advise, if you're going to do a lot of building or a much bigger greenhouse that I built, buy the 5-pound bucket. Would actually be about $20 to $30, and it'd be cheaper. You're going to need a skill saw or a miter saw, something to cut these angles with, and of course your 2x4s with. If you have somewhere level, that's great. I did not have anywhere specifically level or a table available, so I just used, I got me some cinder blocks, and I put my 2x4s down and just did the best I can, which isn't too shabby for a redneck. Okay, now let's talk about the plastic. The plastic you can buy at Lowe's or Home Depot. At the time I built this, Home Depot did not have any available plastic locally that I could get, nor did they have it online. This is a roll from Lowe's. It is a 6 mil, 20 feet wide by 100 feet long roll, and I think I've got the box somewhere, and it does not cover. It is long enough to cover this building, but it is not wide enough. If you can tell right here, that is about 1.5 feet short to the foundation. So if you're going to build a 10 by whatever length, you should be fine with that. Or an 8 by 8 or a 10 by 10, that should be plenty of roll, width-wise roll for you. Now, if you're going to build a 12 or greater, I would highly advise you to go on Home Depot's website, get a 32, I think it's a 32 or a 40 foot by 100 foot. It's about $150. The ones at Lowe's that I bought is $98 a roll, but I did have to piece this together. And I'll have to show you when I go on the inside how I compensated for this difference here, which is pretty easy. Let's take a look inside. The frame, let me show you while I'm out here. The frame is just a 2x4 door. Basically, I built the 2x4 door, 36 inches wide. Put my 2 supports here on either side. This is my side support. You build your door first, put it up on the sides right here, turn them sideways, put 1 support there, mark your place, toe it in. And if you don't know what toe it in means, you basically take a screw going on this side and angling it in. You can use a nail if you want. Screw is just, like I said, much easier and a little cheaper to build with. Let's see if I can get this open. It's kind of stuck. Hang on, let me put this down. Sorry about that. Okay, it got a little bit stuck. Now, I don't know if you can hear or see, by the way, you can see the difference. There is actual water on the inside, but it's dripping all over because it's so humid inside of this. Sorry, I'm trying not to get my phone wet. But it is actually very warm inside of here. I would say it is at least 15 to 20 degrees difference, and I have absolutely no heat in this greenhouse whatsoever, as you can tell. Now, like I said, the 2x4 frames go all the way to the bottom. Basically build another support over the top so you can cut 2 smaller pieces. This is what I did. Cut 2 smaller pieces and built me a roof support. That is two 12-foot beams that is attached to a 10-foot support that is concreted in. My concrete did not sit exactly the way I wanted it to, so I went back to Lowe's, got these ties. You can buy those little ties. I can't remember the actual name of those. Get some eye bolt, 2 eye bolts, screw those in, do just like I did. These are metal stakes. They're about 3 foot long, and all you got to do is just beat it down in the ground, tie it off, and there is just like a telephone pole. You got your support, you got your frame, or the wooden frame structure. Now, a lot of people are going to be asking, how exactly do you do this as far as anchoring this down? Now, in every corner, I haven't finished the insides of this yet, because like I said, I just finished this not too long ago. You can do those exact same stakes and put them in every corner. And you can take those, that same cable, or you can even take like clothespin wire, which is a light green metal coated wire, or wire coated metal, and wrap it underneath your supports and going on the outside and basically just tie them off. It would probably be easier to get that same kind of cable like you see there and those little ties in, and just take your Allen wrench or your pliers or whatever you got to do and just screw those into the sides. It's anchored down. Plus, it is portable. Now, North Carolina, if you're not North Carolina, but North Carolina says that you do not have to pay taxes on your greenhouses or any agricultural related projects, buildings, anything. So you're going to wonder next how I do the PVC. Let me get out of the greenhouse. It's a little bit toasty in here. Okay. The PVC you can find at Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, wherever you want to go. It really doesn't matter too much. I had accidentally bought some PVC pipe from Home Depot, 1 inch. I recommend this is a 1 inch pipe. It is 1 inch PVC. Can't really say the name of that too well. But I would highly advise you go to Lowe's Hardware and buy the 1 inch PVC there, because the ones in Home Depot are actually a little bit thicker, and they do not bend hardly at all. But these that I got from Home Depot, they actually bend fairly well without a whole lot of pressure resistance. Now, I'm gonna have to cut this video short here in a moment. I am limited down to 10 minutes for a video, and I'm running pretty short. If you're wondering why I have a tarp on my ground, I actually built this structure before I put this on, but I would highly advise you to clear out wherever you're going to put your structure at and go to Harbor Freight, or there's a place, if you have an Ollie's nearby, any place that sells discount items. I bought this one, I think it was a 24 by 29 or maybe a 30 foot wide for about 15-20 bucks. And it basically kills all of your grass. And it's actually really easy. Just roll it up around on the tops and you just staple it in as you go. Thanks. I'll see you next video.